Hello.
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 Welcome, everybody. How are you doing, Faith? Colleen?
Good.
Good,
It's
good.
rainy, but it's
Good.
good.
It is.
We needed it.
Yeah.
Very hot
hmm
summer. We need the rain.
hmm
hmm
Mhm.
Agreed. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about today. We're talking about Ultra LMS 3900.123. This is a closer look, and we are going to be looking in to our number two pick today. And that one is all about the table of contents that's been added to the learning modules for students. So we're going to take everybody through that. We'll explain what that is and then do a quick demo, and hopefully this will make a ton of sense for everybody. So table of contents is added. Students now have a simplified way to navigate and track progress in the learning modules. A couple different areas that this is kind of transpiring. There's a table of contents that's been added, which also makes it easier to navigate between items. There's also manual or automatic item completion, which sounds like a small thing, but it's probably the thing we'll talk about the most because we had, I think, as we were looking through it, we were trying to wrap our heads around when and when that isn't available and what's the better strategy. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll also just highlight that the next and previous buttons are nice and close together. So that's kind of what's on the docket for today. So we'll jump into a demo and we can show that off here. So let's get that on screen there. So here we are. This is our course. This is our test environment. So features are we're being able to show off, and we've got a module here, the Chronicles of Bedrocka, ready to go. As the instructor, you're not going to see much, any change, in fact, because, and I know that because when I was in here looking for it, I couldn't find it. But when you go in as student preview, you'll see where all of these changes have come through. So this is definitely student-centered update, and let's take a look. So let's go ahead, go to student preview, start the preview, and here we are as my student. Same thing now here with the Chronicles of Bedrocka. You may notice right away that it's got this start because we have the progress tracking on, and you'll also notice that we have the locks here because we have forced sequencing applied. Um, I that's normal. That's no change there. So let's just jump into a course, and right away you're going to see that that table of contents has been added in here. Right away, that first item has been checked off because we've opened all of the content on here. So as the student, I can read through the first one, and then up here in the top corner, I have next, and I can move to the second one. There's the other piece we were talking about. The next and previous buttons are very close together. So if I accidentally went ahead and need to go back, I don't have to come across for it. It's nice and close here. So we've got first and second open. This is a forced sequencing module, which means now the third item is also opened up for me to access. But as you see, all I did was click through and it marked those things automatic. That is because the forced sequencing is on there. It's assuming that if you've opened it, you can proceed to the next one. I'm going to leave student preview here and make that change so that we don't have forced sequencing applied to this module. So you can see I just went into the three dots, went to the settings, clicked the forced sequence to take that off. And I'm going to save it. Now, if I go back into student preview, I'm using the same student data, so the same student has already engaged in the material. Here we are, and open it up, and you can see, yes, I've done this, I've done this. Let's just jump back in right from the start. I could have jumped in at number 2 or 3 or any of them because there's no forced sequencing, but we'll go into the second item. So you can see this table of contents is clickable. And then if I go into the third item, this is the difference here between the manual and automatic completion checks is with forced sequencing turned off, the student needs to manually check this to say, yes, I'm done that one. Because as a student, I can move on from number 2 to number 3, and you can see it does not mark that as complete. It just marks it as, hey, you've started this project. So from a student perspective, without forcing the sequencing, I can keep better track of what has and hasn't happened. I was doing an AQ course outside this, my normal role. And one of the things that I found as a student quite disorienting was as soon as I opened up a task, it marked it as completed. And all I had done was read the instructions. So I think this gives a lot more control and accountability to the students to know, yes, I've started this one. Yes, but no, I haven't finished it. Yeah, and then as you see here, I've got those four items, and then I have a task here as well. Again, it's waiting. Now, remember, one of the differences with these with assignments is when the student submits the work, then it's going to mark it complete. So that is a difference. We're just talking about the document. So that's the table of contents added in there. You saw how easy it is for students to navigate. The next and previous buttons are real close side by side here. And the manual completion for students is nice and easy here as well. You see they just check that circle to say, yes, I've done those things. I don't know. That seems like a really short fly through. Anything that I missed sharing, or I'm getting?
No, I don't think so. I think that's great. I think the point about students being able to better track for themselves is a big key thing.
Yeah. I think that whole table of contents gives the students a lot of self-control and power over their learning journey, and
you feel more oriented or like grounded in the course when you can see the table of contents where you are, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, for something to be just like, oh, we've added a table of contents, I think there's a lot more to it, a lot more substance to it. So I like this one. Now that I've demoed it, maybe I'd say this might be number 1, but oh well, we made our choice.
Okay.
Well, then I guess that's it for this one. Nice and short, closer look, and I know that makes Colleen happy. So we will wrap it up here. Folks, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, don't forget to like our video, comment on it, share, subscribe as well. Folks at Georgian College, remember, drop-in sessions are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10:30. The links to those sessions are available in your Blackboard calendar. That is all for us today. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope you have a great day. See you soon.